Hello and welcome to Rain Francis Art. My name is Rain. Well, my friends, today is an art therapy day. I just decided I wanted to paint something. I had nothing in mind and I was thinking of rainbows and all the colors of the rainbows, so I thought I'd do an abstract rainbow painting. If you'd like to join along, I would love it. So let's begin. This is what I'll be using for today's abstract painting. I'm using watercolor paper. I have Strathmore watercolor cold press, 140 pound, 9 by 12 inch paper. Whew, that was a mouthful. It is the 300 series, in case you're wondering. It's a great watercolor paper for studies and practicing and just having fun. I really like the Strathmore stuff. And for my paints, I have my pan paints. The brand here says Pretty Excellent. I don't know if that's the official brand, but that's all it says. The other stuff is in an Asian language that I certainly can't read, but I got this on Amazon, and these are great pan paints. I'm going to be sticking to the colors of the rainbow today, which are red, orange, yellow, green, light blue, dark blue, and purple. So those are the colors. You can choose any shade of those colors, any type of color. I'll probably be using Prussian blue, sky blue, deep violet purple, lemon yellow, orange yellow, and I'm not sure what red. I like the rose red, so I'll probably use like that, and I have an emerald green. I just felt like doing an abstract today and filming it as I go. A little art therapy today. I've got my number 4 round brush, and that's all I'm going to be using today. Like I said, I have nothing in mind. I've framed out my canvas with masking tape, and I've got water, I've got paper towel, and of course I have my Bob Ross playing cards. This is an art therapy day, so let's get some wisdom from Bob Ross. May his beautiful soul rest in peace. You may be hearing my hound dog Jack snoring in the background. It's so loud. All right, what do we have? Ooh, this is a big one. What does this say? Let me extend a personal invitation for you to drag out your brushes and a few paints and paint along with us. Okay, I am doing the same thing, my friends. This is a personal invitation for you to join me today for some abstract painting. Just pull out that watercolor paper, pull out your brush, pull out your water, pull out your paints, and let's just have some fun. Thank you, Bob Ross. Sometimes we just need to do stuff on a whim, right? Sometimes we can't plan things, and that's what I'm doing today. I'm certainly not planning anything. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to just take some water, and I'm going to kind of start putting a little bit of water on the corner of my page here, because I might do a little bit color bands going this way. And I'm going to start with red. And I've got rose red here. I'm doing wet in wet technique. I want it to be very loose. I don't care really about shapes. I'm just doing bands of color that will connect and blend very well together. I'll be working kind of quickly. Putting some more water down here, and I'm going to go into my my orange color. And that's going to blend really nicely with the red. Like I said, I'm using an orange yellow, just tapping in some color, and I'm blending it into the red color. This is just one of, I think, several layers that I'm going to do, but I really, really want them to blend well. Now I've got some very, very clean water because I'm going into my yellow now, and I'm putting water on my canvas but not touching the orange, okay? Because I don't want it to blend just yet. I'll take care of that after. But for now, going into my lemon yellow with a very clean brush. I'm just adding some paint to that wet area, that wet in wet is what it is when you put water down first and then you put wet paint down. That's wet and wet technique. And I'm going to get as close to the orange as I can for now. Then just with some clean water, I'm blending them. Clean water, blending them. Now, this is hard on the paper, on this Strathmore paper, because I'm not saying it's bad quality, it buckles. Let's be honest. It's a student grade paper. I'm just adding a little more yellow to this area. It's a student grade paper and it buckles when you put a lot of water on it. It's just the way it is because it's not made of 100% cotton, unfortunately. That's why it buckles. Or I think there are other reasons that I learned, but that's one of the reasons why it buckles. All right, so now I'm going to work, those are my warm colors. I'm going to come this way and work on my cool colors. So a little bit of wet again. I'll be using my purple in this corner here. Okay, so I'm using, it's called Deep Violet, and it's a nice purple there. You know, when stress gets to you, painting is a great way to deal with it. I'm in a situation right now that's very stressful at home, and I just kind of want to escape from it. I'm biding my time, and hopefully it'll be all resolved by the end of May. But until then, I'm trying to do as much as I can to do some relaxing and at the same time healing work on myself, and I find that painting is very healing. I'm just adding water here. I'm not touching the purple yet. And the next color of the rainbow is a dark blue, so I'm going to use my Prussian Blue. That's a nice dark blue. I've got a lot of paint on here, as you can see. A lot of paint, and I'm not blending it just yet. Now I'm going to take some water and blend the purple and the Prussian Blue together. With a clean brush, I'm adding a little more water here. That's not that clean. Has some blue on it, but I'm not touching the Prussian Blue just yet. I just want to add some water so we can do a little wet in wet. I have to remember I've got a green after this, which I may or may not add right away, because green and yellow will not mix well together. So I've got my, oh no, I'm not using my green. I just dipped in the green by mistake. I want a light blue. Clean brush into, I think it's called, yes, sky blue. It's a beautiful light color. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And anywhere that you put your watercolor paint will follow. See, it's not bleeding out where I didn't put water. It's just kind of following where I put it, the water down, that is. Now with water, I'm just blending the two blues together. There we go. So far so good. Now I'm going to put a little bit of water in the middle here. I am going to try my best not to touch the yellow at all, because like I said, it's not going to blend nicely with the green. It'll kind of turn brown. I don't want that. I don't mind if it blends with the blue, because I think that green and blue blend really well together. This is my emerald green. Just putting this in here. And it's following the water that I put down. And I'm just going to blend just as is with that sky blue. Like I said, that blue and green, beautiful together. Taking a little water just to soften things up a little bit. Now I know I have a band here of white. I'm going to leave that for now, and I want everything to dry completely before I put in a second layer, because if I don't let things dry completely, it's all going to sludge together and we're just going to have a big brown rainbow abstract, and we don't want that. My canvas is pretty much dry, so I'm going to go and put in another layer of everything. I'm going to start with the red, and I'm doing wet on dry with a lot of water. And I could have used a larger brush for this. I have a number 8 brush. It's very large, but the problem with that is that it's too big for my pan paint. You know, it's bigger than the actual size of the pan. So what happens is it picks up the colors from every other pan around it, and it turns to brown. All right, into the orange yellow. And I'm blending as I go. I want all those colors to nicely blend. And I keep rinsing off my brush because I just want to make sure that I get a lot of nice bright colors and not too much blending in certain areas, if that makes any sense at all. Because, you know, if I don't rinse off my brush, then I've got red on my brush and a mixture of red and orange, and I want the colors to be vibrant. These are blending nicely. I'm just putting water, just water. Now I'm going to really clean my brush well, because I'm going into my lemon yellow, into the same spots. Where I had all the yellow before. Just feel like doing a band of color today. My green is not completely dry, so I don't mind if it bleeds a little bit into the green, but I have to rinse every time because I don't want any green going into my yellow pan paint, that is. I don't mind if it's on the canvas, but I don't want it into my yellow paint here. I have another art channel. Well, a lot of you know already. My friends know that I have another art channel called Rain Francis Art for Kids, and I do kids art videos. I'm just using plain water to blend the yellow and the orange, okay? And next week I'm going to be doing a rainbow painting for my kids art channel. So I thought, what the heck? I'll do one for my regular art channel. It's not adult art channel, it's just my other art channel. I'm into the emerald blue. I think that was obvious, but I'm going to tell you as I go what I'm doing. I'm getting very close to the yellow, but not really. Now just water to sort of move that blue, that green around. So yeah, as I was thinking of doing, you know, I plan my art videos for the kids art channel because I have to practice, and I want to make sure that it's easy for kids of all ages to learn how to do everything. So I practice to make sure I have the easiest way. And I thought, well, you know what would be fun? An abstract rainbow. So I've got clean water, and I'm just going over the edges. And I'm rinsing every time, just to blend the orange and the yellow. And I don't mind if it kind of bleeds into each other. That's kind of what I'm looking for. But only with clean water. I want it to be nice and loose. Oh, that's looking really pretty so far, isn't it? That's sort of, oh, I like that. All right, I'm going into my sky blue with a clean brush. And I'm going to add some sky blue here. I'm going to try for now not to touch the green, just adding some sky blue. Yeah, I said I was having a bit of a hard time at home, and my friends already know kind of what's going on in my personal life, and I'm very transparent. I don't, you know, what you see is what you get from me. I'm going through a separation at this time, and it's difficult because we are still living together. It's very stressful. All right, I'm taking some water, and I'm going to blend the green and that sky blue. Green and blue, love it together. I really love it together. I'm liking how that green and yellow is looking too. Very pretty. Okay, I'm going right into my Prussian Blue. Like I said before, I'm working fast on this because I want everything to blend really nicely. So first the color goes down. Then I grab a little water and blend together. In this case, the sky blue and the Prussian blue. Just clean water. I have huge puddles of water. It's going to take a long time to dry. That's the issue with the, you know, this kind of paper. Unfortunately, you know, like I said, it buckles, so you have huge puddles. Even taking the hairdryer out isn't going to solve that issue. It's got to dry on its own. All right, I'm going right into my deep violet. And I'm doing the same thing here. I'll add the color first. And then I'll blend after. The colors of the rainbow make me happy. I see a lot of rainbows where I live. I live in Atlantic Canada, in the province of New Brunswick in the Maritimes of Canada, and because I live near the Atlantic Ocean, we have a lot of very cool weather around here and a lot of fog at times, and it makes for some beautiful rainbows. All right, fresh water, blending, lots and lots of water. Let's buckle that page up. Still all that water there buckling into a puddle. All right, now I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to see what it looks like after and see if I want to add anything or if it looks great the way it is. My painting is dry, and I don't think I want to do anything else. I am very pleased with how it looks. I love how the purple and the blues sort of progress into the green. It's really nice. And look at, this was a little surprise how the green kind of crawled its way through the yellow and through the orange into the red. I love it. It's very nicely blended, and we've got these little, you know, blended areas here that I really, really like. Now, I'm going to take off the masking tape, and this is going to make or break the painting. Not that dramatic, but you know, if the masking tape sticks, it's going to rip the paper. There is special tape that you can buy, but for practicing and for studies, I don't mind using regular masking tape. So far, so good. This side I'm a little worried about. If your painting is at all wet, it will definitely rip this type of paper, so be careful. Oh yeah, it's wet under the masking tape. It's wet right there. I'm going to grab a paper towel and blot that off in the corner. You might not be able to see it, but the masking tape was soaked underneath. That means I probably don't have a clean edge. The watercolor probably bled through the masking tape. I don't mind though. I am super happy with this painting so far. It is actually, you can't see it, it's off camera, but the masking tape is sticking to my paper and it's ripping it a little bit, so I'm gonna be really careful and start at this end. If I can pull that off. There we go. Come on. Sorry about my arm there. I'm going super slow so I don't rip it too much. Yeah, look, it ripped a little. I don't know if you can't see it. That's okay. If you can't see it, it didn't happen. How's that for logic? All right, I'm gonna go to the top and try to pull the top piece off. This one should be okay. Yeah, this one's okay. Oh, it looks pretty good. I am going to move my camera back so you can see it, the whole thing. So there's my abstract rainbow, my friends. You can see the whole thing now. And I don't know if you noticed, but it is a little ripped here. The paper did rip when I pulled the masking tape off, and that's because of the quality of the paper and also that it was probably still a little wet in this area when I pulled it off. But I am super happy with this. I think it's nice and bright, and it definitely cheered up my mood today. I hope you enjoyed this lesson today, my friends, and if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe and leave me a comment. I love reading your comments and I do reply to them. So I'll see you next time on Rain Francis Art. Take care, my friends. Bye.